Hey guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, it's not really going to be a vlog about stuff, but it's going to be a video on my Earth and Space Science project, which I will be talking about the past, the present, and the future of our Earth's atmosphere. So to start off with, for the past, I printed the two charts out because I didn't know how else. I thought they kind of had the same message. So, and they weren't next to each other, so I couldn't do it. I guess I could have split screened it, but anyways, from 1950 and back, as far as they have it recorded, the carbon dioxide in the ozone layer stayed under 300, and that it stayed like that, but it went up and down until 1950. So then once we go over here to 1955 until 2015, it looks like on this one it gradually increased for the most part, and it's still going. I don't know what the gradual increase is, but for the present it's already up to 410, and from the last 3 years it went up roughly 2 ppm or whatever. And so, but for the past, humans have always and always will dirty the Earth's atmosphere. The Industrial Revolution sparked huge advances in development. Because the major development of industries, it led to air pollution and contamination being released into the air. And because of this spark, I'm thinking that's why it sparked here, and it just kept going up at a big spark like that. But it led to air pollution and contamination being released into the air. The ozone layer is a protective covering of the atmosphere, and it blocks or helps block ultraviolet radiation. In one of my sources, when I was looking at this stuff, it says that in May of 1985, so 1985, scientists from the British Antarctica Survey discovered that something was the whole ozone layer was being destroyed or eaten away at. But in 1985, over Antarctica, for some reason, they discovered something was destroying the ozone molecules above Antarctica. And what I mean by this is that this discovery was basically a huge hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica, and I don't know what caused it, but it must be in the spring. I don't know if it's just the more heat or whatever, because every summer it would reopen, or every spring it would reopen, and it's been like that ever since the scientists reported it, or if you want to say discovered it. But the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has increased only by 38% since 1750. Now, I think that's not bad, 38%, and that's over 200 years, or yeah, over 200 years, which 38% is pretty good. But for the present now, I'm going to be using these three because I feel when you do the present and for this, comparing some stuff, I feel like you got to use more than once or one, and it only goes up to 2018 because we're just starting out 2019. So I'm going to use 2016, 2017, and 2018. But the ozone layer protects living things from too much ultraviolet radiation from the sun. The immersion of the ozone depleting substances has been and continues to damage the ozone layer. So as you can see, it from 2016 to 2018, it kind of gradually, it's about roughly 2 ppm. And if you don't know what ppm stands for, it means parts per million. That's just the unit that they decided to use. So, because the ozone depleting substance has been and continues to damage the ozone layer, at the same time, or I should say, recently the ozone layer has been healing, and scientists say it should fully recover around the year 2065. Now, when I was reading this, I'm like, well, that's good to put in here, but because scientists are, I'm going to say they're not Christian, and nothing is perfect in this world, it can't fully recover. I do believe that it will recover most of it, or most of the ozone layer will recover, but I don't think that it will ever fully be recovered again. And we all know that humans affect the atmosphere locally through air pollution, and like some of those bigger cities and like stuff where the traffic is huge and stuff, and the ozone layer and the stuff is pretty bad. That's probably, I don't know, like probably a spike like this once they like really became big and stuff. But anyways, those cities and like the ozone layer around those cities, they've been affected by humans through air pollution and compounds released by fossil fuel combustion, like from cars and stuff, which is, I believe, is the biggest reason why the ozone layer is how it is and why we need to do something about it. But like now I see like Tesla is popping up and more eco-friendly cars are popping up. So I think that's the government doing or wanting to fix the ozone layer, like without coming out and telling us, because today we have like more electric cars like Tesla. And also, if we continue to have, when I was reading, this is not going to with like the recovery, but if we didn't go with like electric cars and we didn't try to fix the ozone layer, the burning of the fossil fuel at a business as unusual rate of the CO2 will continue to rise to a level of over 1,500 ppm, which means parts per minute, or not, so parts per minute, parts per million. And then it would take a long time to recover, longer than normal, like twice or three times as longer. When I was reading, they were saying that like that's how long it could take if we continue to destroy it. And then for our future, like I said earlier, scientists say that the ozone layer should fully recover. We know that it could never fully recover by 2065, and I believe it could, just because of like the fact that we do have electric cars and like electric trucks and all that stuff, and they are becoming a little bit more normal than what they were like 1 or 2 years ago. But while I was doing my research, I found this quote, or not, it's not really a quote, but it's like house decorative stuff, and it says, the first one is, heal the past, live the present, and dream the future. And I wanted to show you this because, you know, we always work on our mistakes from the past because we're sinful. So heal the past now, because of how the ozone layer is. We have to heal, or we have to fix what we've done in the past, and we have to live, and we have to heal that by living in the present and doing what we need to in the present, so that we can dream for the future and hopefully have a better future, not overall, but just like even for the earth, because this is our home. Once we mess it up, we don't get another shot. So if we don't do anything and we don't live in the present so we can dream for the future, then there won't really be a future if we don't do anything about it. So that's why we have to heal the past, live the present, and dream the future. And that is all I have for today. I had a lot of fun making this, and I will see you guys another time. Bye.